Welcome to Oh Brother, a podcast where we try to figure it all out with your hosts, Brandon and Collin. On this week's show, tangential music enthusiast.
Like that?
Like that.
Like that. There we go. That was...
Oh, what on earth?
I got the little listeners, for those of you who are wondering what in the world just happened. Collin was in mid-sentence, and I got the recording stopped lady signifying that it went away. And I was like, what?
Why?
Maybe it's not a good idea to mess with your settings while we're doing
No. Yeah, it's like, well, you're not logged in, so what if I actually... It's like, no. You don't get to... Very... So anyway, yes, I was just about to ask. I was just about to lament about how fun Zoom is not.
It just does weird things sometimes. It's just like, what about if I did this now? Like, what? Wait, you never do that. Why would you do that? That doesn't make any sense. I don't understand.
Oh, technology, it's fun, I guess. I don't think so. Fun.
Yeah, question mark, right? Like, who knows? Oh, so what have you been up to in the past week?
Been doing a lot of deep dives into just it's been boring business stuff. We call clients who haven't been with us for a while, where we turn them into what's called an inactive client. They're still kind of in our software, and it saves all of their information. But they're
not like a active.
Yeah. So when I run my reports on a lot of stuff, their information doesn't show up. And we typically try and do this just throughout the year as kind of a rolling, like, when was the last person, like kind of like once a quarter, when was the last time this person used us? And we're settling in on about a year. If they haven't used us in a year, they get the axe, they're gone.
Yeah. That seems fair.
Just yesterday, we looked at this client and we were like, man, she was a really big cheerleader for us on social media. She's kind of gone quiet now. And man, it's been a year. Like, literally, I'm looking at this right now. It's been over a year. And I was like, well, we'll inactivate her. And then Megan was like, no, I don't know. Let's just go ahead and hang on. Well, literally 5 minutes before I sat down to record, she requested services for tomorrow.
Oh, wait a minute.
Tomorrow. I haven't seen or heard or anything for this one in a year. And then they're like, oh yeah, tomorrow, please. It's like, what? You got... I have so much anger and so much rage right now. So it's just like, I don't understand. I don't understand how people work. It's fine. It's whatever, but I'm not happy.
Well, it's pretty, that is pretty abrupt, right? No, here for forever. And they're like, hey, I need you tomorrow. Like, wait, hold on. That's not how this works, right? You gotta
literally a year.
No, maybe they've been doing other stuff, right?
Yes, doing other stuff. So we are frantically now like, oh, well, you need to update all of the information because I guarantee none of it's the same.
Oh yeah, probably not.
So now we're in that mode of, okay, well, what about this? And what about this? And this becomes our 1 million questions, which I know annoys people, but it's like, I know I have to ask these questions because if I don't know, then I'm not going to know to do it. And so therefore you'll be mad at me. Like, we had a lady who yelled at us recently because, unbeknownst to us, never disclosed in any information or any of the meet and greets or anything, the dog will pull food bags off the kitchen counter. And we don't set things there by normally. But if there's a treat bag on the counter, apparently this dog will jump up and get that and pull it down. Well, we didn't know this, so we found a treat bag on the floor and we put it on the counter. And then someone mentioned it, and then this client freaked out. What is going on? Why is this happening? I don't understand. It was like calling me at 10 p.m. at night to try and figure this out. I was like, whoa, pump the brakes here, because I'm sorry, what? And it was one of those unspoken expectations that there was just, they were legitimately surprised that we didn't know this. And I was like, this is nowhere in any information. Like, I need your help right now. Like, no, I will not accept being yelled at. Thank you.
So, that's really weird, right? Like, I don't, that doesn't make a lot of sense. Like,
no, but again, this is part of those, people only know what they know, and it's their homes, right? So when things change, it just becomes part of their normal life. And if something is so second nature to you that you don't even think about it, you're never going to remember to tell somebody if it's, that it's happening, even if it's the most important thing in the world to you. If you never have to take a second to reference or to think about or to double check, you'll never remember to tell anybody. And then it's like, I am good at a lot of things. Mind reading, turns out, not one of them. So
what?
Help me.
Why not?
I know.
Man, come on.
I know.
What are you doing?
Wow. It's real frustrating. But so yeah, that's been fun. So again, we have to turn this, into our million questions. And I know it's especially frustrating for clients who are trying to leave last minute of, I have this emergency or I have this thing. And the last thing they want to do is have me on the phone going, okay, and is your door code different? No. Okay. Is your alarm code different? No. Okay. Is like, they don't want to do that, but it's like,
that's a very important, if your door code is different.
Yeah.
And you want me to come into your house. This is an important information update that needs to occur, right? Like, this needs to
turns out rather important.
Who would have guessed? You need the pet sitter in your house to sit your pet. Wow. Shocking turn of events, ladies and gentlemen. Who could have seen this coming, really?
Nobody could have seen this. Nobody could have seen this. So I have to ask questions. And anyway, so we're getting that scheduled. And thankfully, it's we're trying to, it's only 2 visits, so it's not that big of a deal. But also, it's it's
but still, which makes it last minute, hard, right? Like,
which makes it all the more frustrating when it's like, it's literally 2 visits. It's one overnight. So, like, it's so much prep work now for just 2 visits. It's just an hour of work total, quote unquote. So it's like, we're going to spend triple that making sure everything's okay. That's the part that really frustrates me of, oh man, the amount of work it takes to get up and running and to do this and to get everything covered and have all the bases taken care of and to blah, 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 blah for such a short time is going, okay, like, okay, we'll just roll with it.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure it'll be probably fine, I guess. Like, I don't know. It's a good thing you didn't take her out of the system, though, I guess. Right?
Yeah, right.
That would have been even worse.
Oh, yeah. No, exactly. Like, I'm glad. Okay. Like, I'm glad we didn't do this, because that would have been, because she literally requested this at 8:40 like 8:20. She requested it at 8:20. So what happens if you are inactive in the software, you can't log in, and it basically says, go ahead and please contact the company to move forward with your booking because there's an issue, right? And I'm like, oh yeah, I didn't want a phone call at 9:00 at night about this.
That's true. That would have been fun and exciting.
Yeah. Yeah. The other thing that we're working on, and I'm very excited about this, is every year, like, so we have a company, I call it company swag, or sorry, swag. How do you pronounce SWAG?
Isn't it just swag?
This thing is swag, but I say swag.
Well, yeah, because there's definitely a CH in there.
Definitely.
Wait a minute.
I have been alerted that I say the word appreciate incorrectly.
How are you supposed to say appreciate?
No. Because
no, that wouldn't work. That's not how that works.
I usually when you say appreciate, it's preceded by the word I, and my brain, for whatever reason, I've actually pinpointed, and I've already talked to the culprit that did this to me. My brain cannot say, if I'm just off the cuff speaking, my default is not, I appreciate you. The I is too high, and then to come down to appreciate, because I'm from Missouri, so I say appreciate. It just comes out, I appreciate you.
It's like you would write it with like a hyphen, right? Or not hyphen, apostrophe.
P. That's apostrophe. Yep.
Yeah. Apostrophe P. Yeah. Well, I mean, I think a lot of people say it like that, so it's not it's not wrong. See, there's a difference between grammatically correct English and dialectically correct English.
Yes.
Right. Like, the English vernacular of a region does not make the English grammar that you are speaking incorrect per se. Right. It just sounds different. It's fine though.
So I have been trying to catch myself, and I have talked to the culprit, i.e. father, for why this is a
that's
thing.
True. That is true. How did he take this? How did he take this knowledge? He went,
oh, okay.
Yeah, he went, yeah, probably. Anyway, I gotta
I am very busy in my things. So
I'm trying to build a radio tower. What are you talking about?
So anyway, something that I've been really thankful for this time was every year we have the swag that we put together, and sometimes it's beanies, most of the times it's ball caps and t-shirts. But the problem with those is then what I'm doing is I'm equipping people for a very specific period of weather in the state.
True.
And at one point we had
a problem.
Yeah. Yeah. And at one point we had aspirations of, well, I'll just have weather appropriate branded gear for every employee for every season.
That's a lot of stuff though.
Yeah. And then
it's a lot of inventory to keep on hand. Plus the turnover rate is kind of ridiculous sometimes. So that's hard to keep up with everything,
and keep things nice, right? I don't want to continually hand people just a deteriorating shirt over the course of a year of 7 people have worn this. Congratulations. Because we just can't be blowing money on new shirts for every new person who comes in the door. So we started doing some research and thinking about this, and I came up. You what?
Like a pin.
A pin. Button. We did have somebody ask, actually, could we do pins or stickers or patches? They wanted patches
buttons or patches.
They wanted buttons. Yeah. So I went, nope, not doing that. So because I still want to control something, I tried to make it utilitarian. We came up with the idea of safety vests.
What?
Safety vests. Okay. Safety vests.
It's a bit anticlimactic, but go on.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. But a couple things here. One, we employ a lot of women in our company.
We employ a lot of unsafe people in our company.
No, I did not make the connection. But
okay, I'm just saying.
But we do employ, well, we have people who, just anybody who doesn't need more pockets in their lives? Who doesn't need more places to put things and hold things and keys and book bags and stuff? So then we were like, well, what if we get fanny pouches? But fanny pouches, they're not very big. It's hard to see. Also, they're going to go under something in the wintertime. I don't think so. And then we looked at like hoodies or pullover things. But then again, I'm still in the mind. It's hot, right? I can't. A lot of people don't like we actually did go the route of hoodies for a few of our employees who've been with us for 2 years, and they got zip ups so that they could take them on and off. They're easier than just pull over. Right.
No, that's good.
Those are also like $45 a piece once you do the printing and everything on them. And I was like,
the zipper adds a lot.
No.
No. I mean, if they've been with you for 2 years, then you can.
That's what I'm saying.
Like,
we can go from there. So, but something that's just like straight utilitarian, something that I can throw over a t-shirt and over a winter jacket, something that also is very noticeable when we are out walking and keeps us safe, especially in the early morning or late night walks or just the 3 p.m. walks when we're in the winter and fall season. So we landed on safety vests, and I am very excited about these. But the one tricky part is when we ask people, what size do we get? Because what size do you get? Do you just go, well, I am going to be wearing this over a winter coat, so it has to be big enough for that. But it's also that's going to dwarf me in the summertime. But maybe I just have to live with that for the summertime so that I can wear this.
But you don't want it too snug in the summer because then it would be hot and restricting anyway.
Right. So we are in this balance of making sure that it is not super snug in the summer, but also not too like baggy and literally falling off of us.
Yeah.
And so I am in the middle of, well, for being honest, this is 3 months past when I said I was going to have it done. But I'm busy. There's things going on, but I'm finally getting to the point where I'm going back and forth with the person. I'm doing very, very minimal logo design work. It's just very straightforward, not elaborate, no colors. It's just black text with a little figure on the back. And then we have a little pocket on the front, and it's just going to say staff. It's going to say staff on the front.
Ah, nice.
That's what we're doing.
Now, listeners, I would like to tell you a tale here. Let's think back. Since Collin is in the middle of thinking about why he does things, right? Let's unpack why perhaps Collin landed on safety vest, right? Let's think about that. A little story that you might like to know is that a very young Collin, right? Once upon a time, our parents got us all vests because, as you know, parents of children with 3 boys, you have to get them similar things or riots shall ensue. That's how it works. They got us these vests, right? It was like a denim vest. It had like a green backing thing, right? And it had about 8 million pockets. And Collin wore this thing all the time. Nonstop. So I'm thinking perhaps
I think there
may be a connection.
Some carryover
to this childhood apparatus thing that it was like inseparable from you. And this current love of safety. As soon as you said, "Oh, but it's gonna have all these pockets," I was like, I immediately thought of those vests that we got because there was like 10 pockets.
Yeah, there's just why not?
There was so many. It was everywhere. It was zippers and buttons and there's like a normal pocket. I was like, it was an absurd number of pockets.
Yes, not enough. I can tell you, definitely not enough. From what I have learned, And that's the other. So that's the other thing of let me the sheer number of safety vests out there. I don't even know. I don't even know how to describe the variety of safety vests, and none of them I can distinguish none of them. I have no idea why one is better or not than another. It makes no sense. There is no rhyme or reason. They're all labeled like here's the one we're going for. Ready? If listeners, you can knock yourself out.
Yeah, Google appropriately.
This is the Kashigo 6-pocket contrast class 2 vest 1580-1581.
Well, what is a class 2? Is there a class 3? Or class
I don't know.
1?
But I was also trying to do the Kashigo Ultra Cool solid front vest with mesh back 1163-1164.
Yeah, but the mesh would be good for summer, but like
I don't need ultra cool. And I think you're paying for some technology there that I ain't going to be using. So I did not go with that one. But there's you just scroll and then scroll and scroll. And then it will like buffer and then it will scroll some more. And I'm going, how do I? So that was my first question to the person who I'm doing this printing for was, what do I need to look for? And they're just like, oh, just whatever you need. And I'm like, no. Why are there 300 different kind of vests? And some of them you're like, oh, that can't be a very expensive. Oh, that is $300. And it looks just like the one that's $7. And I'm like, I'm out.
I just want to know what a class 2 vest is. This is what I pulled up this other thing, and there are lots of them on here, but I just want to know what that means. Like, what does it mean to have a class 2 safety? Are there other classes?
You ready? It has okay.
Oh dear.
Sorry. A requirement for at least 201 square inches of reflective tape.
Aha!
And I would like to tell you, these are critical for airport personnel, toll booth operators, and forest workers. So safety vests are categorized, apparently, by the number of square inches of reflective tape.
There we go. So I just found, like, low-key, I think this would be the funniest jacket just to wear all the time. This is a class 3 OSHA compliant high-vis bomber jacket with hood.
What?
And that would be...
That is exactly what we should be wearing. That's what I need. Megan and I need to figure out how best we can.
I mean, this one you might not want. This one is $73, but it is just like a whole jacket, and I think that would be the funniest winter coat ever. To like imagine this is my recess coat, right? Like time to go to recess
before you head out.
Blam, like. This is like official emergency responder jacket, right? This is hilarious, but it is very big and
no, I think
really funny.
That you would definitely make a statement if you did that.
Be like, what are you doing? What is the matter with
you? Can you please go back inside? That would be great. Be great. So yeah, this is. There's just so many here, and there's like heavy duty, not heavy duty, all mesh, front, back mesh, side mesh, pocket, 6-pocket, 4-pocket, no pocket, shirts, reflective, non-reflective, orange, yellow. It's like, oh, here's this one. This is a premium brilliant Series X back dual compliant vest 1576-1577. But how is it dual compliant? Oh, I don't know.
It's a very good question. I don't know.
And what is crazy to me is this is one of those worlds where
there's a lot of words on this website that I do not understand.
Right. No, and this is what I was getting at. As I have had to dive into this, it's one of those things where you just kind of, I'm peeking around the corner because I'm like, I just wanted to say dog walker on the back of my phone number, right? And there is somebody whose job it is to know exactly what kind of vest they need for what work scenario to be compliant and to be safe. Like somebody knows the exact specs, the specs needed for their job site. And hats off to that person, because I can't make heads or tails of this, and none of this makes sense. And honestly, I wouldn't want to know. I don't think that that's a job that I would want to have those responsibilities for.
Wow, I accidentally just downloaded the full PDF catalog here of something.
Nice.
With like all the different models and like everything. That's
that makes me very happy. So what I actually ended up having to do, okay, and I'm kind of proud, but not really proud of this. I was going back and forth with the person we were ordering from about like quality and thickness and whatever. And of course they're just like, look, dude, it's a vest. Like, just pick one, and go with it. So that also impacted what kind of budget we were thinking about this.
True.
Okay, well, I do have to order all of these. I don't want to just pay for one and then be putting, because I'm going to be like months out on this. I'm going to order everything, but we'll just consider this a first run. This will be a learning process. We'll do our best and then we'll just move forward. So I did kind of cut back of like, okay, maybe let's try and spend like $20 a vest and go from there. I had all of these links and I'm just clicking back and forth between them. And again, I can't make heads or tails of this. So what I did was, as I grabbed all of the links and I pasted them into ChatGPT.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
And I said, help. I am not involved in any of these. I need help in figuring out which one of these vests would be good for a dog walking and pet sitting company.
Good night.
I was really proud. I was very proud of that. and it kicked back a couple and was like, it gave reasons and it was like, yeah, you don't need to worry about this. And I was like, well, what about thickness? And it's reading the product pages, right? So I can ask it these questions and I'm not having to have 17 tabs open trying to go back and forth and try and find, because the one infuriating thing about even trying to order from the same website is they never display all of the same information in the same locations consistently. True. Right. So I'm just constantly like, okay, it said this was a plastic zipper front closure. Okay, what was it? Was it a metal zipper? On was like, I don't know. Or like, do I need to be worried about a reinforced D-ring access on back? Probably
not. I don't think you need that.
No, because I'm not going to be tethered to anything.
Like, you could tether yourself to the dog, though.
See, I don't know. This could be. These are the kind of things I need to think about. So yeah, I was going back and forth with the robots, and I'm sure they're just like, oh no, this is a very sad person right now.
It's fine. It's fine.
So that was my big thing this week. Of like, huzzah.
That's a big thing. Yeah.
I mean, it's a thing.
It's certainly weird. It's a weird thing, but
thanks.
It's fine. We're gonna figure out how to delete this thing from my phone.
Have this on there for forever. Just save it.
I don't really think I need that like for the rest of my life.
Actually, no, please.
I don't need this random product page on my like, what is happening? Why? Oh dear, I'll do that later. So I don't think, but that's what.
So I've been working on that, and then I've also been, one of the things that we've been focused on very recently has just been a lot of like, just just efficiencies. So trying to figure out like where and how to get efficiencies in the business. So I've been doing a lot of like really like serious route planning, and my goodness, whenever you start looking at things at scale, like, it's very depressing to realize how much difference like 2 minutes can make from one thing to the next. You're like, wow, look at all the money we make. If not maybe like 2 minutes, but like the difference between a 15-minute drive time and a 20-minute drive time on the impact of stuff is like, oh yeah, ow, that, oof. Okay. We'll just sit over here and cry for a little bit.
There's a big difference over the course of like a whole day, though. That's a big.
Yes, and especially whenever you're going. Well, also, and also we need to take into account XYZ and this and this. So I've been expanding. I've been doing ever expanding, and like, it's all long. It's gotten so bad that I've had to, since I've been doing spreadsheet work, and when I do spreadsheet work, I cannot have interruptions because I'll get one thing off, because I'll have one spreadsheet, but I'll have like 10 tabs and they're all interconnected because I'm doing multiple calculations one by one, and I'm building to something, right? And I'm pulling from different information and dumping things here and there. So I've been going to our local library. I've actually been able to walk to our library, which has been wonderful. It's a 10-minute walk. I know that this is like an immense luxury. And if you're listening to this and you don't think being able to walk to the library is a luxury, it is. And I'm very thankful that we have this.
We have several listeners laughing in European at you right now.
I know. Just like what the what? Like, yes. But I've been able to go to the library, walk to the library in the mornings, sit in the reference section with the World Book Encyclopedia Britannica is behind me, and so it's also
feel like it's middle school all over.
It's been wonderful. But also, I'll find books and I'm just supposed to sit down and work on a spreadsheet, but I know behind me is a bunch of information. So I'll just turn and like look and see what's there. And they don't make books like this anymore. And it's a shame. But like, for some reason, somebody made all of it said the animals of, I forget, of like some county. It's like one county that's nearby. It's just, it's all the animals of one of these counties that's close to us. And I love that. I'm here for that. That is what I think.
Most random books ever. Yeah.
Somebody
is the public library reference section. Sometimes you're just like, what in the world? Yes.
It makes me so happy. And I'm just like, yes, you know what? Good on you. I don't know who you are or why on earth you wrote this book, but you deserve more in life than what you got, as I can guarantee you that. So I have that to inspire me. I have that to keep me going. Which makes me happy. So I've been doing spreadsheet work. I've been using robots to help me figure out what vests to buy. It's been
robot vest salesman. That's what we got. It's very Jetsons of you, right? It's very like,
no, I know. My own shopping assistant over here going, help me, help. I don't know what's going on at all. So that's been my week.
Wow.
Pretty straightforward.
Pretty exciting. Like we're gonna.
It's not exciting. It's very sad. It's very, very sad. Oh my gosh. So
it's all right.
Yeah.
We it's Susan's birthday, right?
Yes.
We had that. And so
how was that?
It's pretty good, right? We did the old, her mom wanted to take us to dinner, right? But like we had the old classic situation. It's also her mom's husband's birthday is also so similar around here, right? Around the same time. So like it was like a joint birthday venture thing. And so one time they took us to this restaurant, right? And they love it a whole lot, very much. And so they wanted to take us there. And we ate there and we're like, it's fine. Right?
Sure.
But like we have to, we're like, oh, thank you. It was so good, blah, blah. So they think that we love it. And so for Susan's birthday, they're like, we want to take you back there. Okay.
Take it. So what'd you get to order?
So we went to that Flat Creek restaurant. It's in Republic, you know.
Oh yeah.
They absolutely love this place. And it's really not that exciting. Right. It's just some like fried food stuff. So, you know, whatever. Like it's okay. It's fine. It's fine. But it's like just fine, you know? Like it's not like, oh man, yeah. So I was trying to explain this concept to my students the other day because they were like, you know, they always talk about things. They're like, oh yeah, I love Chick-fil-A. They're like, Mr. Funkhauser, do you like Chick-fil-A? It's like, not really, no. And this appalled them and shocked them, scandalized them even. And I was like, look, if I'm going to drive an hour away from my house and then eat something, I don't want to eat just like a random fast food chicken sandwich. That is not what I need in my life. Right. I want somewhere interesting. I want something substantial. Right. And I will give it to the Flat Creek place. Substantial is their middle name because whatever you order, there's a lot of it. Right. So, so that's good. Right. That's fine. But like, I don't want just some like, I'm not going to drive an hour away and then eat some like fast food stuff. Like, come on. I can do better than that.
Right. Okay. it is true. And I know like places like where we live, like we don't have something like a Chick-fil-A. And so they do send the pity bus every now and then.
Oh yeah, we get that too.
Right. And so that is a big thing that is cited in town. But I know it's fine. We eat there, you know, sure, yeah, it's okay. But if and maybe it's just me, but like if there's a local place or something, you know, like I get more excited about that, you know, for sure.
Exactly. Well, like when they send the random truck, right? Because again, we hear about this because there's a lot of people just love it. I don't know why. I don't understand why people love Chick-fil-A so much. I think it's like the number one most overrated fast food place in the world. I don't understand the hype. I don't get it. And it'll be down here and there's be tons of people here.
Yeah.
And I'm like, look, we actually have quite a number of pretty good food trucks here in town. So I could go to the Chick-fil-A truck and get my little sad chicken sandwich and like no french fries. Or I could go to like the Mexican food truck that's over there. Far better. Way more so. I'm going there, right? Every single time.
Yeah.
I'm going to go there.
Yeah.
Because it's so stinking good. So like
you know, it does make me it does make me sad when and I don't know if you get these posts on your Facebook groups or if you hear about these things of like, oh, if there was a new restaurant that were to move to town, what would somebody want it to be? And I'm always like, well, you know, and to see what people respond, it's like, oh, I want a Jack in the Box, or I'd love to have a, you know, whatever. I'm like,
who is answering Jack in the Box?
Okay.
What?
I know.
What is happening? What is wrong with people? No offense, Jack and your box, but
I know.
If you are saying, what would you want a new restaurant to be? And your answer is Jack in the Box. You have to be like 17 or insane, right? Like what?
Yeah. Well, and I think it's
so maybe the same thing, but like I don't.
Yes, I think where it's just enough of a novelty where people go, oh man, I always stop at a Jack in the Box when I'm in Kansas City or I'm in whatever. And they think what I need in my life is more of that instead of
Jack in the Box.
Yeah. Instead of, oh, that's actually just something nice to get once in a while.
I don't know about nice. It's just novel because it's different, right? Like it's good. So I think fast food chains are good. They're useful when you are traveling because you don't always have time to like look around and, you know, try to find it. If you just like, oh, I need a known commodity, right? Because I'm in a hurry. That's what they're for, kind of. You know what I mean?
Yes. Like, oh, yeah.
That's how I think about them. We don't really eat a lot of fast food anymore, right? Every once in a while we go to Taco Bell. That's kind of it. Like, we don't really go. And that's just like, oh, like probably tomorrow because we have to stay at school till like 8 o'clock. So, like, Taco Bell it is, right? But like,
yes. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And that kind of stuff is fine. And so when I see these and I then get word of what is happening, and no joke, we didn't get a Jack in the Box, which is fine. I'm
I
fine
think you're
with
probably
this.
okay with that, yeah.
I'm fine with this. But what we do get is another Taco Bell.
Oh, that's even worse.
And I go,
a second thing of something you already
yeah, a second thing, a second thing, or my favorite. Are we getting anything interesting as far as the cuisine goes? No, but we are getting a third McDonald's.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, oh my gosh. Oh, this hurts so bad. I can't. And it's so frustrating.
That's quite awful. That's worse than, yeah, getting the thing that you already have is way worse. That's bad news. Thanks.
Way worse. So your time at your local joint there, it was filling, right?
Oh yeah, it was fine. It was all right and whatever. And then the next day, last weekend, was the school musical.
Yeah.
So we went to that. It was pretty good, right? It was very interesting. It was not so apparently this is a known thing among like theater enthusiasts, which I am only like a tangentially enthusiastic about theater, certain things, right? But they did the Seussical musical thing, right? So it's all like Dr. Seuss based stuff, right?
Yes.
And so I was trying to be like, what is this? Like, I have no reference for what this is at all. Like, even a little bit.
Okay.
So I was like, what is this? Like, what could the plot of a Dr. Seuss musical actually be?
Okay,
I don't know what's going on.
So when you're saying Seussical the musical, it's like that in its of itself is a thing and known to.
Yes,
okay.
That is a known thing. People know what that means. That means something to people. So somebody listening to this will be like, "Oh yeah, I love that." Good. But the first upon hearing this was like, "What is this?" Like, I don't know what this is. Right? I'm very like my musical knowledge goes to like very classic musicals, right? Like Oklahoma and like Seven Brides and Fiddler, these things, right? These very like classical things. Like, it's not that I just don't go to musicals, right? They're like fine.
Yeah.
And I like them, but I don't like seek them out, right? Sometimes they're like, oh, they're doing, what's the one? The Music Man, right? That's a good one. That's fine. Yeah. Like, so I've seen a lot of these, but like, I don't just to go see all the musicals, right? It's not how it works. So apparently this is a known thing. So I spent a lot of time being like, what could this be? Right. So it's basically, at least this version that the school put on. I don't know if it's different than the real one. I have no idea. It's like a jazzed up version of Horton Hears a Who. Right. That's what it's about. It's like kind of that plot, but then there's like more stuff happening.
I see.
Right?
I see.
So there's like the whole thing. So that's kind of what it was. It was pretty good. We do need to talk about, right? Sometimes I forget what a chaotic disaster the Cat in the Hat is as a character, just in general.
Oh my gosh.
Right? It's like, if you were looking for the definition of like chaotic neutral, I think it may be the Cat in the Hat, right? Just like, do whatever. Who cares? There's no rule.
But not for like not to intentionally harm or like maim or injure people or like to break rules, but just like Okay, why not? Let's just no, it's I like that.
Because like the main, it's like he's there all the time, right? And so in the musical, he's like a driving force behind a lot of stuff. He just like shows up and he's like a part of things and he's just like always there. So he's kind of like the narrator, but like he's also part of the action. You know what I mean? It's kind of weird, but
sure.
But I just wanted to make sure that we remember that the Cat in the Hat is a menace. Like that's what.
Completely. There's no. There's that. If anybody debates that, like, nope.
Yeah, I think a lot of people forget. Right? They're just like, oh, I like the book, The Cat in the Hat, and the Cat in the Hat comes back. Even though I don't know if as many people read that one as the other ones, but like
they don't.
It's he's a menace to society. Really, is the takeaway here. I don't know what old Theodore wanted us to take away from Cat in the Hat exactly, but I take away that he's a menace and
yep,
is completely a force of chaos at all times. So it was pretty good though. It was really good. The kids did a really good job with it, and it was fun and stuff. But like, I just kept being like, "What?" I just kept kind of stopping every once in a while, and be like, "This cat, man, holy cow, it's crazy."
Yeah. No. Even when I read the, the sun did not shine; it was too wet to play. So we sat in the house like that one. As a parent, I sit there and I'm like, no, all of this is bad. None of this is good. Why this is? Oh my gosh! And I remember even having like when the kids were like 3 and 1, and being like, if the Cat in the Hat came home, would you tell mom and dad? like, no, but really, if this happens,
yes, if a weird cat shows up,
and wants you to play with thing 1 and thing 2, and
don't listen to it.
No. And they ran up, they ran down, on the strings on the wall. No, you're not going to do that. Remember, you're going to tell us because you're good children. Not like these. No,
these rapscallions over there. Like it's very. So yeah, it was very good. There was a lot of like funny moments and things, and like some random other Seuss characters are just there sometimes. Like,
oh sure,
the Grinch was there.
Okay,
I guess. So, according to Seussical the musical, it is canon that the same Who's that are on a speck of dust are these are the same Whoville where the Grinch is.
Yeah,
I guess. And I always wondered about that. Is this the same thing? Is Dr. Seuss just reusing words? Maybe. I don't know. I need an expert Seussian to tell us this, but like, I think canonically the Grinch takes place on a speck of dust, which I have a lot of questions. If that's true. But
how gravity works.
Yeah, and how they know about Christmas on the speck of dust. That's weirder. But I don't. So this raises some more questions than answers, I feel. But, whatever. So yeah, that was pretty much what we did. It was pretty good though. It was fun.
Good.
Thinking about all the good Dr. Seuss books and some of the less good Dr. Seuss books, but that's right. So
easy there. Easy there.
Well, I mean, there's not as good as some of the other ones.
Well, no.
Right. There's like some that I prefer. We'll say that. I prefer.
There you go. That's like it's like when I'll go, that's weird. And when I'm around the kids, I'll go, that's weird. And Megan will go, nah, not weird. It's different. And I'll go, kind of weird.
Like, no, that's weird though. No. It depends on what it is. Like, no. That's weird. I don't know.
Fine. Okay.
So that's pretty much it. And then I have to gear up for said late night tomorrow, which is, of course, the school carnival.
Oh, what? What?
Yeah.
What have you designed? What are you doing?
I'm just doing the same thing as last year because
okay.
it caught me off guard this year. They were like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, and somebody just said, "Oh, he'll do the same thing as last year." It's like, I don't know what's going on. So sure, why not? I don't. So, but that is tomorrow, and I kind of forgot about it until like earlier this week. I was like, where's what did I do last year? Where's my things? I don't.
Where
did
stuffs?
I put that? Where's my stuff? I don't know where my stuff is.
Oh no.
I mean, it's just random. I just used random things from my classroom, classroom closet.
Excellent.
I tried to that's why that sounded a bit weird. I tried to combine the words classroom and closet into a single word. That's not how this works.
Yes.
But I just used random things in my classroom closet because, some people are like, "Oh, I have to buy this," and I'm like, "No, that's not what we do here.
That's not.
We don't buy things.
I'm sorry, you must be new here. That's not what we.
Yeah, you must be new. We don't buy things for the carnival. Silly.
No,
No. We rummage. That's what we do here. We rummage.
We do rummage.
Okay. It makes it endearing. I guess. I don't know. But that's what
quaint. I think some people call it quaint.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's what we're doing.
Folksy. Maybe you should. There
we go.
I don't know.
Rustic. In a mad scientist. Maybe I'll just wear my science goggles and be good to go. Yeah, that's what I should do.
Well, that actually just triggered in me. So I'm very excited that you are doing that. That actually triggered in me a reminder that I promised a friend that I was going to give a talk to the Rotary Club next week.
Oh,
and
did you know?
Started that
the Rotary Club are not made up of Wankel engine enthusiasts. Did you know this?
So that is unfortunate because that actually does cut out a good portion of what I was going to cover.
I think if you start off talking like that, that'd be even funnier. Like just like a Wankel appreciation speech, and then like comedically cut to something else. Like, oh, sorry, I didn't realize that's. I wonder if any of them would understand
that I have misjudged this.
True. I wonder if any of our listeners are understanding this joke right now. That's what I really want to know.
Gosh. The Wankel engine when you learn about this, like the first time you learn about this, it doesn't make sense.
No.
There's
you need a diagram, right?
Yeah.
You need a diagram to look at it, right? So old Felix he was a thinker, this guy, right?
I don't know. This is one of those things where in the world you go, there's no way that works. There's no way that would actually produce anything. Like this is just purely conceptual, right? And even then you have to go, how in the world do you come up with this? How does this actually make sense? And then to realize, but actually, it wasn't just a theoretical thing. It was put into production, and it was used in cars. And
yeah, Mazda was all about it.
Mazda was like, you know what we'll do? That. We'll do that. We will do a rotary engine is what we need.
And the RX-7 and 8.
Yeah, RX-7. It's like, what?
It's even crazier. The dual rotary engine.
Dual rotaries. What if we do that? Could we just have that'd be great? And you're like, wait a minute. It's like so yes, I encourage all listeners to go and look at this.
Just get the diagram of the Wankel engine, right? The Wankel rotary engine. It's a triangle, right? I can't remember. This type of triangle has a very specific name, and my geometry is failing me right now.
Oh, because it's a triangle. Oh, it starts with an R, doesn't it? I
don't remember, but it's the rounded one, the one that rolls.
Yeah,
right?
it rolls.
The one that can roll.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
And it has the rounded edges, and so it it's rolling around inside an oval.
Yes.
And the stages of combustion take place on the three sides, right? There's an intake, a combustion side, and an exhaust side in the rotation of the triangle, right? Every face, it'll just roll around, and it's the negative space in the cavity is intake, compression, and like ignition,
exhaust.
and then exhaust, right? And it's insane, and it is an extremely like high revving engine.
Yes.
Right. It's a very it's a very high revving thing. It's not like quite as efficient, I guess. I think that's one of the things, but like boy, can it put out the revs. And so, you know, it works. Like Mazda used it, right? And the RX-7s are very sporty cars, and they were using them. I don't know if they still use them, but a lot of them were made, and so they're all flares. And the craziest part about this engine, there's literally 3 moving parts.
That's what makes this amazing. Yes.
Maybe 4, right? Because there's the cam, the triangle, and then the valves.
On the plugs?
That's like it.
Oh, yeah.
On the intake and exhaust, right?
Yes.
Like, this engine has like 3 to 4 moving parts. So you do have to like rebuild it every once in a while, but it just comes out. Like there's no I mean, I'm sure it's harder than that, right? When you know, I've never have I ever taken apart a Wankel rotary engine? No. But are there less moving parts than a traditional piston engine? Absolutely. So this is just this is an incredible feat of engineering that is not talked about enough, I feel.
Yes.
Right. Right. It's always interesting when there's like alternatives to things and you're just like, what? It works how? What do you mean?
Mm-hmm. Again, you just what brain space do you have to be in order to make this? Actually, it's crazy. I like it a lot.
Mm-hmm. So yeah. So good luck with that. Your Wankel Rotary Engine Appreciation Club, right? Speaking of cars, though, I did want to tell you back to driving to this restaurant with Susan's mom and her husband, right? So, speaking of triggering memories, right? So we're in the car, okay? And we drove their car, but I drove, right? And he drives some like old giant Mercury thing, right? Very, very land yachty. Okay. Very big, very land yachty, right? But it does have like a traditional air conditioner, heater, slider system, right? And so like,
yes.
I'm driving this car and it was kind of chilly. So they said, would you turn the heater on? And Susan reaches over and she pushes that little slider thing over, and you can instantly smell heater core.
Oh.
And my brain went, like I was,
oh no.
No, it wasn't bad. It was just like the smell of like my car.
Yeah.
Right. Because it's just like a thermostat. Like you just set the temperature and it's whatever. And it doesn't smell like
don't
heater.
Smell. No. I was reacting to the smell of this as like we were saying that because you hear the thing like, go shoomf, and then you smell it. Like I was saying, oh no, because I was getting like, oh, like I can smell it right now as you're talking. And I'm a little like
suburban or dad's old truck. Right, that's what it smells like.
Truck. Exactly. I was just
that's what I
said that, and I was like, oh.
and I just was like. Like I was instantly like 8 for a minute, and it was weird. And I was just like, wow, it's like a smell that I didn't realize that I hadn't smelled in a long time. Just because of the way that like modern car heaters work, I guess. And like the last several cars that we've had, like they just haven't really done that. Right. And so when she like hit the thing and it was just like wham, the heater is like, wow. Okay, like Here's that hot engine air right in your face. Like, what? Like,
here we go.
Wow. Like, it was not
nice.
It was just a very powerful scent memory that just overwhelmed me for a minute while I was driving through traffic. It's fine. Everything's fine. We made it. But like,
we made it alive. Yes.
Just wanted to check because I knew that you would also understand this. Right. And I was just like, it was a very interesting experience. Like, just a very, very powerful scent memory. Right. It was wild. Like, it was.
No, that's a good one. That is a good one. And it's like, I don't know. I get caught with those things a lot too. Like I still get the smell of gasoline of like, for some reason, it was just always in Dad's truck getting gas.
Yeah.
And
Texaco.
At Texaco.
That's where.
and I had to I was getting gas and I had to fill up a extra gas can just because we keep some on hand because sometimes we need to bolt off and go on adventures last minute, and I don't always have time to fill up with gas. So I was like, okay, I'll just fill up. But I had to keep the back hatch open of our car, and I'm filling it up, and from the inside, I just hear, Dad, I kind of like the smell of gas. It's like,
oh no.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna shut the hatch now.
Yeah. Like, okay.
So just I thought this, Dad, I kind of like the smell of gas.
Pretty good. Don't like it too much. Like it from over there. That's fine. Don't like it too close. It's okay.
So
yes. Yeah. So I'll report back next week on if I survived the school carnival and how it went.
I look forward to that. Okay. Well, I'll send us off here with a we're ready to close down. I have a
I think so.
I have a haiku prepared,
which is good because for a minute today I was frantically thinking it was my week, and then I looked at the thing and was like, wait, no.
Yeah, I have to do. I have to do that too.
All right,
about several times. Now wait a minute, who was it?
That's true. Except for that, in a couple weeks ago, I did forget. So whoops, my bad again. But all right.
Okay. So here's mine. Rolling thunder roars, pins scatter in flashing lights, lanes hum with strike dreams.
Oh, that's a good one. Very nice.
Aha.
Very nice indeed.
There we go. Hopefully, that's we should all go bowling. That'd be fun. That's what we should do. Maybe
that'll be a Thanksgiving thing. We have to
put plans together.
Oh,
there we go.
There you go. That's what we'll tell Dad.
Okay.
Hey, Dad, we're not going to have turkey. We're just going to go bowling.
We're just going to go bowling. Have bowling alley pizza. It's fine. Bye. Perfect. Okay. Well, here we go. We'll do this again. Do this again next time.
All right.
Okay. Love you.
Love you too.
Bye.
Bye.